On this season finale of The Deep Shot, we get Lovina on to do a Hockey Talky segment and get her to guess the names that we as hosts came up with for the brand new NHL team coming to Seattle in 2022. We follow up with a heavy dose of the Country Strong Play of the Week. Yeah, it's a triple shot to end out the season. And then we close out on some bricks and one to send you nice and warm and happy for the holidays. So grab your concessions and find your seats for the final time in Season 3, because the Deep Shot starts right now.
Deep Shot!
Season 3.
This has to be all for show.
Nice catch, Whitey.
Better than Odell.
I just don't understand the disrespect.
Hey, Cano.
There you go. We'll go with that one. That's much better.
Tom Brady sits when he pees.
There's a shot.
Good in English, Antoine. Good in English, under pressure.
I love Derrick Rose.
Shouldn't even be talking about the NBA because it's over.
Who's LeBron?
Klay Thompson Matthews.
So you know it's bad.
That's the crazy thing about sports.
Yeah, he's like, you gotta do this for a camera. I want to kick your team's butt. You like that? Sorry, podcast listeners.
You're better off watching highlights.
Agreed.
I think Bob Knight was a curler.
He's brought in a new culture kind of here, so.
You like that?
Let's go. I like that.
You like that?
Yikes. Stop the countdown.
We can't. We already started.
Oh, Neptune.
We've already started. What's up, Twitch? Deep
on,
Shot
Twitch?
Nation.
Hello.
Season finale.
Hi, Huxtable.
We got Lovina on the horn. Lovina, can you hear us?
I can. It's just a little difficult, but I can strain my ears.
Well, we apologize for that. I'm not quite sure what's causing that, but
Oh, my foot.
Hey, Lovina.
That's a heavy dog.
Hi.
so welcome to episode 3.14 or 3 the pie. It's not 0.14, but season finale, season 3 of the Deep Shot. Lovina, we're bringing you back on because we haven't done Hockey Talky in almost all season.
I apologize, NHL and Lovina.
That's okay. But now we have a lot to talk about because, well, I don't want to give it away yet, but yeah, continue your intro.
Well, that's pretty much it. So 2 weeks ago now, because we didn't do it last week because Hockey Talky got delayed because a certain hockey correspondent was at a Travis Scott concert.
Nice.
I'm fully happy with you not being here last week, if that's the reason.
So I'm not gonna lie, I did not hear what you said at the end.
Travis Scott.
Nice, Chuck.
Nice, Chuck.
Producer? I don't know. I don't know who to blame it on at this point.
Incoming.
Anyways.
So can I
Yes, go for it.
take it away?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I just can't understand you guys. All right, so yeah, so the NHL granted the city of Seattle a team finally after what felt like 20 some odd years waiting, probably more, but yeah, so they're going to start play in the year 2021, the 2021-2022 season. That's a lot of twos. But yeah, so they're going to start then, but people originally thought it could be 2020, but I think the Key Arena renovation is going to take a little bit longer. They want to take their time. So to celebrate that, we wanted to do a team name.
Let's go.
I don't know. What do you
Let's
call it?
go.
A game? I don't know.
A raffle, probably, right?
Yeah, a raffle. I actually have, because I'm currently on location inside of my car in San Francisco on the street. So I have a potential trademark list of names that the franchise actually did trademark on my phone, so I can access that. Did you guys want me to read them off one by one and we can discuss?
Yeah, but before you do, Josh has his hand up and has had it up for a moment.
It's starting to get tired.
Josh, what would you like to say?
I just have a quick, Lovina can be the ultimate decision maker on this one, but since the names are sitting in a hat, can we call this game the hat trick?
Okay.
Good pun.
Okay.
Thank you.
A hat trick?
Yeah.
Maybe if there's 3 names,
Well, we each
There
did
is-
3.
Yeah, we each did 3.
There's going to be a total of 12 team names that you're going to have to guess.
3 times 4 equals 12.
Quick maths.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we could do that.
Okay, this is a hat trick.
But before we do that, though, because these are our own, imaginary, I guess you'd say custom team names that we think would be fitting, you should go ahead and give us your list that you were talking about that were trademarked.
Okay, so you wanted the trademark list first?
Yeah, before we get to ours.
Okay. So because I'm sure ours are going to be better anyways.
Yeah, of
so
course.
Just get
Up
these
arrow.
out of the way.
Definitely.
Unquestionable.
True.
Agreed.
All right, let me pull that up. Okay, so the apparently registered trademark for 13 potential names last winter. The ownership group did. So far in alphabetical order, we have the Seattle Cougars, which I don't think is going to work out.
Wait, what'd you say?
Wait.
We can't really hear.
We should have Chuck repeat them after every time, just so we can.
I couldn't even hear it that
I
first
know.
time around.
That's why we need to confirm.
Start from the top again. And you said it was in like alphabetical order, right?
Yeah, so they're in alphabetical order.
Okay.
Can you
You guys
wait?
can hear me now fine?
Yeah, that's better.
Kind of. If you could pause just for a slight second after each one, just so we can confirm that's what it was.
Okay.
It's a little bit muffled.
Or if you have a link that I can pull up to see the names as well.
I mean, the way she was just talking right now, it's
That
pretty
works.
clear.
As long as
Yeah.
you don't get cut off. But you're on speaker, right? You have us on speaker right now, right, Lovina?
I mean, I could tell you, I just Googled the Seattle NHL team names, and it was the first link, if you want to pull that up. But, yeah, I just started off with the first one. I don't know if you guys heard it. I said it was Seattle Cougars.
The Cougars.
Oh,
Sounds
gosh.
fitting for Chuck.
If it wouldn't have
But-
snowed in the Apple Cup, you know where that goes.
Snow, ice, same thing.
I just didn't think that one was going to work because
Me
they
neither.
already have, like,
Sorry.
what?
I said me neither.
Husky fans wouldn't be able to root for it,
Agreed.
for the team.
Yeah, because they're not going to say go Cougars. Like, what if you're a UW fan?
Right?
Exactly.
Like I'm trying to
Yeah,
like
but-
hockey when they get here, and that's just not going to happen if they're the Cougars.
And then they could say, like, well, the only way that it could work is for people that don't care about hockey in Seattle, and then they don't like Wazoo either. And then if they lose a game, they can say that they googed it.
Yeah, that's
Very
true.
true.
That's true. I'll just call them like the Seas or something.
Go see.
Go
Go
Seas.
Seattle Seas.
Yeah.
That's not confusing at all.
What are the rest of the names, though?
All right, so we have Seattle Emeralds. I feel like they could go with that.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I don't know
I don't
what
mind
the
that
that
one.
would be. I'm not sure, but and then the next one, I think, in my personal opinion, and the one that I've heard the most is probably going to be the most realistic one, would be the Seattle Evergreens.
That's
I think that would
fitting.
be
Yeah,
cool.
it's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I think the Emerald City, I feel like that's an underused nickname for the city at this point. I feel like if you were here in the 70s, it was big, but Evergreen's always green. So that one makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, a lot of people were saying, like, what about the Seattle Metropolitans? Because, they were, fun fact, they're the first American NHL team to ever win a Stanley Cup.
Yeah, baby.
Stanley's
Year
Cup.
19.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Let's go. First reference of the night for Stanley's.
Seattle's won a Stanley Cup before the Sharks, so we love that.
Ouch.
Ouch.
We love that.
But
yeah,
Lovina-
I don't know if they're going to do that, but
Lavina, who had
Go
the
ahead.
fresher? Who had the fresher jerseys though?
what did you say?
Who had the fresher jerseys though? The Sharks or Seattle?
Say that one more time, just a little louder.
Can you do it, Chuck?
Who had the fresher jerseys compared to the Seattle Mets and the Sharks? That's Winston's question.
The fresher jersey?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I'm a big fan of those Sharks.
I think the Sharks, because we got
Agreed.
voted like the best jerseys. It's actually Travis has one. I don't even have one.
Yep.
It's the
Fresh
throwback
jerseys.
jerseys, and from 1991.
Wait,
so
what
those
year?
Are really great.
What year was that?
1991.
1991 was the year that the Metropolitans won.
No.
Oh, like 1901.
No.
Oh.
1917.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say we probably don't even know what their jerseys look like.
Chuck, you,
No
said,
pictures
They're in
or
black
anything.
and white.
Yeah.
I'm pulling them up. They look pretty fresh.
Chuck, you said 1901 with such confidence.
I know.
Well, I
He
knew
did his research.
I knew it was a long time ago.
Oh my.
No, their colors were like navy and like emerald green, and they were like striped, and the logo was like a red S.
They look like Santa.
Agreed.
Yeah, the picture
Seattle
we have,
Santa.
it's green and red and white.
Ugly Christmas sweaters.
Very festive.
I don't think they're gonna bring the color red back into Seattle.
Thank goodness.
Too
Me either.
kooky.
Yeah, too kooky.
Go Cougs.
No.
Maybe if it didn't snow in Pullman, they'd bring it back.
And during the Apple Cup, it would be a completely different reality.
Another team name that they wanted to possibly do was Seattle Sea Lions.
The Sea Lions?
Seattle Sea Lions. Yep, I read that right.
That's
That would
stupid.
be a great chant during a power play.
Too much like the Seahawks.
See?
Lions.
Sea goals. It's fitting. Come on.
I don't like that one. But
Me
another
either.
one,
Neither
they
do
said
we.
Seattle totems, but I think that might fall into like cultural appropriation.
Little
I'm not
racist.
sure.
I mean, the Indians.
The Redskins.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in
I don't like that. So
2022, that's like uber racist.
Yeah.
You
We're on another
liberals.
level.
I don't think the city of Seattle would do that. I personally think it's going to be evergreens or emeralds.
Those are the ones that
Personally.
really stand out to me right now.
I could get down with those.
But for sure, the colors. Also, another thing is, the colors are probably going to be green and blue. But the problem is, your already rival team, the Canucks of Vancouver, are green and blue. So I'm kind of wondering what they're going to do with that. They might just do like green and gold,
Little Sonic.
but we'll
Very
have
cool.
to see.
That'd be sick.
Ooh. That'd be nice.
That's what I thought of. I thought of the Sonics. So it's a possibility.
And hopefully that'll be foreshadowing to the Sonics playing in Key Arena post 2022.
Amen, Chuck.
Or the Seattle
mean-
Suns.
Or the
I
Suns.
just
sense.
feel like they did them so wrong that you just don't even want this team back. But that's for another day.
All right, well, shall we pick our team names?
Yep.
So
Go
we're gonna draw. I'm gonna read it out to you, and then you're gonna guess whose name it was, and then
At the,
we'll,
And then
at the
she
very
should
end,
rank them.
no, just pick one. There's too many to remember, so
Yeah.
just pick one.
we
I
just
feel like
have to
she
go
should-
at
I feel like
each
she
at a
should give it
time.
1 to 10.
No, there's so many.
It's gonna take us 5
So
seconds.
rate each one on a
Yeah,
scale of 1
just
to 10.
say,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
who did it, and then 1 to 10.
Okay, that's fine.
I thought you meant 1 through 10.
No,
Okay.
no, no.
So you make sure she heard that.
Did you hear, Lovina?
Yeah, so I have to guess who like choice that was.
Yeah, well, who came up with that name and then rated on a scale of 1 to 10.
No, I say rate it
Okay.
first. Rate it first and then
Okay,
choose who
yeah.
did
Okay,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I have the first
Holy
soon-to-be
Grail.
official name of the new Seattle NHL team, and it will be the Seattle Ice Liberals.
I'm gonna go with 5 out of 10.
Don't
And then
offend
I'm gonna
anyone; they're
take
the
Dallas.
Liberals.
I mean, Chuck.
Ah. haven't done
Was
this
I
in a
right?
while.
Tough as Chuck.
Got him.
I was right.
Yes, that was my name.
Wow.
One of them.
Good guess.
Hell yeah.
All right, number 2. The potential next future NHL Seattle team name will be the Seattle.
Is it mine?
I think so. You have such bad handwriting. The Seattle PK Subban fans.
That's not mine.
That is. Oh, I know who that is. First of all, I love PK Subban, so I'm gonna give that an 8 out of 10. That's Winston.
Yes, that's an old reference right there.
I still stay with what I said. Travis's handwriting's atrocious, but yours was pretty bad too.
Oh man,
Because you wrote down Seattle SO.
Yeah,
I don't know
so-
if that was a shout
Yeah,
out.
because remember, like,
Oh, shout out PK Subban fan. Okay, you should have
Yeah.
just wrote it out.
I ran out of space. It's a
Yeah,
small piece
to
of
be
paper.
fair, the piece of paper is small. So
That's why you
Right,
write it
tiny.
and then rip it.
Yeah, but good call, Lovina. I'm glad you got that
Lavina
one.
2 for 2.
All right, number 3, the Seattle Spacemen.
What?
I freaking love that. 10 out of 10. Love that one. Here we go with Josh.
Yep. Let's go, Lavina.
Yes!
Let's go, Lavina. Good
You
guess.
guys so well.
Can you break down why that's 10 out of 10? We can't even see the stars here. It's
Could you
too
imagine the
cloudy.
marketing you could do with that? The spacemen? You could do a lot. You could have
Seattle's never
aliens.
gone to space.
We have a lot of people who live their life like they're in space. Here.
We see the moon sometimes. Does that count?
Never once seen the Milky Way, but
Okay, well, Lavina, you're 3 for 3. That's incredibly
hat trick.
impressive.
Yep.
That's a hat trick
That's
on
a-
the hat trick.
ding, 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 ding.
Yay, throw the hats on the ice.
All right, can you go for number 4? The Seattle Macklemores.
Let's. First of all, his name is Ben. Second of all, I'm gonna go. Oh wait, to rank it first. Let's go with the 7 out of 10. I love Macklemore as a person. His
My-
music's not that great anymore, but he's a great guy.
Might be a
I'm gonna
bias
go with
there.
Travis Kane.
Yes.
Wow.
You're right.
4 for 4.
4 for 4. I see.
And statistically,
Oh,
what are
4
the
for 4?
Yeah.
4 for 4? And statistically, what are the chances that we draw one of each of ours? the
I
first
know,
round?
right? What
And
the
I'm
heck?
just drawing from a hat. If you just
Can you
listen,
shuffle them, Chuck? Thank you.
shuffle.
That was the end of the
I
first
feel like I'm
intermission.
predictable.
We're in the second period now.
All right, yeah, second
Seattle
period.
Spacemen.
I like where you're going with this
Go.
one.
See that?
All right. I think this one is like will hold the most water. The Seattle Seamen.
Wait, how's it spelled?
Seamen. Seamen. It's plural.
Okay.
Seattle Seaman. 4.5 out of 10.
That's the lowest one, I think. The guess was me.
Yeah.
That is incorrect.
Wow.
What?
I, for one, do not engage in toilet humor.
I actually thought that was you too.
We have stumped her.
It was Josh.
Winston?
No,
No, it was me.
I thought that
Josh.
was
So
definitely
5 for 5?
four.
No.
No,
You're 4 for 5.
you're
Four for
3.
five.
Yeah, no. 1, 2. Yeah.
That was me as in Josh.
Wait, so who was it? I'm confused.
Josh.
Josh.
Oh, okay.
So you
Four
start
for
out
one.
the second period shot and a miss, but it's okay. You're up big right now. So let's move on.
Shot on goal.
It's 4-1 right now.
We have the Seattle Apples.
Real creative, guys.
Apple? I don't like that.
1 out of 10.
3 out of 10. 3 out of 10, because I'm nice.
She likes it less.
So
than
Seaman was
I
better.
think that-
Siemens better.
I think that's Josh.
No, that is not me.
That was actually me.
She's got your guys' sense of humor mixed up.
Yeah.
Wait, so that was Chuck?
Yes. I mean, I just tied it to like the Apple presence in Eastern Washington. Washington's like the Apple state, like the Washington Reds. All that's apples are, yeah. No one really knows that though, so I thought it might be. That was like a stumper. Tried to make that one a stumper.
I just thought of the Apple Cup, so I was like, okay, Josh.
Same.
Okay.
That fits both of us.
I'm just saying, if it wouldn't have snowed in the Apple Cup, then the Seattle NHL team in 2022 might be called the Apples, but we'll never know. All
Okay,
right.
so the Seattle Snow Apples.
I like that
I
one
like
more.
that, the snow apple.
I don't because I'm a Coug, so hard pass. 1 out of 10.
So 4 for 6 now.
4 for 6.
It's 4-2. You're winning still.
Yeah. Second period's been a little rough to Lovina. Let's see if she can close it out.
Dang it.
So to end the second period, we have potential
This is not
name
Oh wait,
for the NHL. Isn't this it?
she's guessed 7 already.
I think so.
I thought she's guessed 6.
I can't count. You know that. 1, 2, 3.
No, it's 4 out of
No,
6.
Chuck pulled an extra.
Is
one
that
hasn't
an
been-
extra?
Yeah, just look at it.
It's 4 out of 6.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. No, but there's these ones too.
No, that's
That she's
14.
gotten
Leave them over
wrong.
there.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, you're keeping score. My bad. My bad. Okay, we're not closing out the second period quite yet, but we have the Seattle Starpucks. A little bit of punnery.
The Seattle Starpucks?
Yeah, you know, like there's this company called Starbucks.
I kind of like that one.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
That
too,
one's
actually.
it's good wordplay.
Yeah.
Oh, Starbucks.
No, but it's Starpucks.
Pucks.
With a P.
Oh, it's Starpucks. Okay,
Yeah.
like Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah, yeah.
No, not Star Puffs.
Pucks.
the thing you hit on ice.
Like a hockey puck.
A puck.
Who knew?
Oh, Starpucks.
There's the pun.
When it finally hits.
What a delivery.
8 out of 10.
Wow.
I mean, we're a Pete's family, so shout out Rich King. But
Yep.
I'm gonna go with the way based off of how he reacted, Josh.
Damn it. Good guess. Good guess. Good guess.
Read the room.
Yeah,
read
you
the
did.
room.
Honestly, I like that one a lot.
Thank you.
Josh has gotten an 8 and a 10 out of 10.
And a 4.5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good average, though.
Yeah, that's not bad.
All right, now to
Okay, we're coming back.
now
That's
to
right.
close out the second period after my abysmal counting job. We have a shot at the goal. The
Can you stop laughing after you read it every time?
I'm sorry, but I'm seeing these for the first time. These are terrible. The Seattle Paulina Gretzky's.
What? Oh, I wonder who that is.
That's a hard guess.
And then 1 out of 10 for sure.
Oh, no.
I'm glad the apples are now taken by the Paulina Gretzky's.
I can't even be nice to that one.
Please don't be. But who came up with it?
Winston.
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to drop it down, make sure we got the score down.
Drop the mic.
All right. Final period. Coming in, Lovina, you have a healthy lead.
6-2.
But don't, actually.
Good
is
job,
it-
Lovina.
You would have to get these next 4 wrong for a tie, and we have ties in hockey, so it could happen.
She already won.
Did she already win? I'm done counting. Whatever.
It's
Oh, wait.
six.
No. She could still tie.
Yeah, see?
My bad. Sorry.
It's okay, Josh.
Okay.
Thank you.
To start the third period, you need this one to secure your victory. The Seattle Green Goons.
Green goo.
Goons, like goons and
Like the Goonies.
Oh, goons.
or like goons in hockey.
5 out of 10. Travis?
Nope.
No.
Oh. The victory has not been secured.
Who is it?
Damn it.
It was me.
I thought it was you.
Sounded like a
honestly.
Chuck one.
It was
Thanks.
Chuck,
Yeah,
Lovina.
Thanks.
Yeah, I've never heard him say goons before. I don't know why I guessed that.
That does sound like a Travis thing.
Yeah,
now that I think
Travis.
about it.
Travis is kind of a goon, so it's fitting.
Sorry, stream.
All right, Lovina,
All
your
right, let's go.
your chances of an upset are still there for the opposing wrong answers. So, continuing on to the third period.
I'm nervous.
Oh my god. We have this is, if you listen to the deep shot, then you'll get this. If not, then this will be kind of confusing. But it's the Seattle Totem Pole Thompson.
Oh, wait, say it again?
The Seattle Totem Pole Thompsons, reference to Klay Thompson and his totem pole head ass.
Oh, my God.
That's
This could be any of you.
10 out of 10, by the way.
Yeah, it's a good one.
We're going to go with 1 out of 10 because
Wow.
no one respects Klay Thompson in this household. Oh, actually, this car. I
Future
guess.
Laker.
Anyways, Chuck.
No.
The
That had to
upset.
have been a trap. That had to have been a
It
trap.
was me, Lovina.
Yeah, most definitely.
Ew.
My Laker shooting guard.
Let's go.
Moving
Well,
on.
this is getting very
This
interesting.
has been a rough quarter.
period.
Period.
This is almost like Josh Allen's season. It's coming down to the
Down the
wire.
wire. Let's go.
All right, second to last shot in period 3 of what team is going to be named for the Seattle NHL team. The Seattle Raindrops. Drop top. I threw that one in, but Raindrops. That one's good.
Yeah, it was a good one.
I like that one.
That's so cute. 9.5 out of 10. I'm gonna go with Travis again.
Yeah, you're right.
Wow, the victory.
You're right.
You have won the hat trick.
Good job, Lovina.
We still have one left.
You have not won the hat trick yet.
Can I get my hat?
Good job, Lovina.
Thought I won.
You did win, but we have
We
one
still
more
have
name.
One more. You could do what Josh
Yay,
Allen
okay,
could
one
not
more.
do this week.
Close it out.
So, yeah, you can't close out. Okay, the very last one, just as a consolation shot, we have the Seattle Country Strongs.
Oh my gosh.
Seattle, what?
Country Strongs.
Country
like
Strong.
the Deep Shots patented Country Strong play of the week.
Zing.
What the heck? 0.
It is taking the reign.
Josh?
That is incorrect.
Winston?
That is
That
correct.
is correct.
Oh, it came down to the wire. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Suppressed. I'm impressed.
The fourth period was not kind.
Third period.
Third.
Why are you here?
Lavina, you did very well, though. I'm impressed.
No, you did.
Yeah, that
you
was
did
very
great,
nice,
Lovina.
very
You
nice,
kept,
very nice.
with the game being close to you, kept it.
I
What?
clean sweep the first period.
You
You
did.
did. You kept attendance up by keeping the game close for our new Seattle hockey team too. So good job.
You should be in Seattle's front
I
office
kept
when.
it entertaining.
Before we move on with other hockey news, let's do a quick.
Twitch chat update.
A what?
Right at the end.
You said quick what?
Twitch chat update. Josh, is there anything?
Yeah, I was just waiting to see if she had any more reaction. There's very minimal in here today.
Okay.
We have 3 frog emotes from Joe.
Nice, Joe.
And 1 emote of somebody's face that I did not know who that is.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Closing out strong.
Oh, we have Wisebot. Mr. Speznaz followed.
Thanks, Mr.
for the
Speznaz.
Oh,
follow,
shout
Mr.
out for the
Speznaz.
follow. Thanks, Mr. Spiznaz.
And then we have 3 viewers from Wisebot as well.
Awesome. Closing out the season strong.
That's right.
All right, Lovina, as far as the teams who actually exist right now in the NHL, what can you tell us? What are the biggest storylines?
You cut off. Say that one more time. Sorry.
The biggest storylines in the NHL today without a Seattle team.
I don't really. I mean, there's nothing because it's that point in this season where it's like you can't really come to any conclusions. There's not really a lot of storylines, but I would say that the Winnipeg Jets are going. They were last year, but this season they've really surged to the top. But on the other side of things, the LA Kings are the worst team in the NHL. That's not an opinion this time around.
Down
They're
arrow.
literally the worst team in the NHL right now.
13 and
And
20.
that's
It's a rough
surprise.
record.
Very rough. And I guess from a bias standpoint, not a bias, but like a more educated standpoint, for the Sharks, we just got a very irritating suspension. So newly acquired Erik Karlsson, our star defenseman, I got suspended for 2 games for ultimately, in my opinion and everyone else's opinion, clean hit yesterday afternoon against the Kings. And yeah, he got suspended for 2 games. And so that's that. It's not great. But besides that, the Sharks are on their way to the top. They weren't doing too well, but now that they've gotten more team chemistry, they're doing a little bit better. It's just harder when you have like a star player that you acquired, like a blockbuster kind of a thing, and then you try to incorporate him to the roster that's known each other for a while. But now they're starting to get into the swing of things, and I think that those 2 teams, Winnipeg, San Jose, teams to watch. And then I would say for the Eastern Conference, Toronto is still the team to watch. As far as everybody else, the Buffalo Sabres have been a little bit interesting. I don't think they're a team to watch. I just think that they have done a lot better than expected. So
Looks like the
that's
reigning
that.
champs
You
are
guys have-
doing well too. The Caps.
The reigning champs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are, for sure. But, I mean, I've said this every time I've been on. I don't really pay much attention to the Eastern Conference, but I just thought the Sabres story was interesting because they have never really ever been that great. So they were doing all right for a while.
Isn't that Tony
That's
X's
fun to
team?
Who?
Tony X?
No, he's a fake St. Louis fan.
Oh, never mind. Fake fan.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So that's what I've got.
I think it should be noted, though, that the Capitals have the leading goal scorer in the league right now with show favorite Alex Ovechkin.
For sure. Actually, since we're talking about leaders, great segue. The Sharks have a Hall of Famer on their roster. I've never talked about him before, but I can bring it up. Might as well. So they have a future Hall of Famer in Joe Thornton, who actually is currently playing right now. He hasn't passed Gordie Howe, Mr. Hockey, just yet, but he has 8 assists to pass him in the all-time records for all-time assists, and he's getting up there in points as well. He's currently sitting at 10th place for assists of all time. Number 1 is Wayne Gretzky. And Gordie Howe played until he was like 50, so that's a pretty good comparison for the amount of time that they've played. And, yeah, so I think we all need to keep watch on that because he's about to pass Mr. Hockey in the rankings, and nobody's talking about it except me. So
big.
We should pay attention to that.
The big question, bias implied, can Mr. Thornton reach that milestone?
Yeah, because he gets at least 1 assist legitimately every game. He already has 1 tonight.
Let's go, Joe.
And there you go. You
Is
heard it
this-
here first.
Is this a record chase per se equal to LeBron James trying to pass
Kareem
Kareem
Abdul-Jabbar.
Abdul-Jabbar in points?
Oop,
As we lost her.
we lost her.
GN.
Where's that
What?
coming from?
I have no idea.
This is sick.
That's me calling her back.
Sounds like some hockey music.
It
Right
was a
there.
Joe Thornton video
I like it.
of his stats.
Well, we lost her.
Are you on the Wi-Fi?
Yes, I am. Might need to cut Hockey Talky short.
I just wanted to talk about the Golden Knights because
They're good.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing
they're,
good
they're,
again.
They're not. Well, again,
They're in
they're
third.
not doing good.
I thought they were in third, though.
Was that good? Was
Yeah.
2015 good?
Yeah.
Okay. I
They were like a point behind the Sharks, and she was saying that
How
the
did they-
They're
Sharks
a
were
point
good.
ahead of the Sharks.
No,
How
Oh,
do their
sorry,
playoffs,
sorry.
How do their playoffs
Point
work
behind.
again? So there's
You win some, you lose some.
there's 4 divisions, 2 conferences.
They do wild card.
Do they?
Yes.
Wait, but is it top in every division? Automatically in, obviously.
Yeah,
And then
and whoever has like the most points,
just between the 2 conferences.
I don't know. We
I
have,
think
we have
it's-
to get Lovina back
I
on.
know.
I just want to say this.
I feel like that has a big because there's like the Lightning.
Hello.
Hi, I'm back. The call failed.
Welcome
It's
back,
all right.
Lovina.
We won't keep you much longer. But Josh had a question.
Lovina, if you could give us a quick rundown of how the playoff teams are chosen again, because just looking at the 2 conferences and then 4 divisions, we're somewhat confused about how it'd be shaping up like right now if the playoffs were to start.
Okay, so the playoff team, so they recently changed format. We used to share the same one with the NBA. Like, 8 teams, was it? Oh, no, wait, no. Yeah.
16, yeah, it's
the
16
8 teams
teams.
in the conference, yeah. For us, it's each division gets 3, and then there's the wild card, and then the wild card teams for each conference play each other, and then whoever makes it, and then there's 4.
So it's a play-in. The wild card game's a play-in.
Yeah.
And it's 1 wild card team per division?
Per conference.
Per conference. So there could be two 2 wildcard teams from the Central Division and then none from the Pacific, essentially?
Pretty much.
Okay, that makes sense then. I forget, because Winston was wondering, essentially with the Golden Knights' newfound success last year and being a rookie team per se, they're doing pretty well this year again, aren't they?
They haven't been as big boat as the Kings. They've been kind of straggling near the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. I feel like they're likely on a decline. I can't really, honestly, as much as I dislike them from a personal standpoint, I can't really blame them because nobody has the season that they had for their inaugural season. And, like, you expect them to be towards the bottom of the division right now, so I'm not going to, like, clown on them too much.
Yeah. Yeah, because from just looking at it, they're 1 point behind your Sharks and tied with the Ducks for third place.
Yeah, I mean, in general, the Pacific Division is always really close together.
Right.
And the Ducks are always up there. I mean, right now it's Calgary and the Sharks, I believe. Anaheim's probably going to clean up the end of the season and make the playoffs. First round exit, the usual. But besides that,
The Seattle Spacemen are going to take over the division.
The Paulina Gretzky's.
Because I think that was the only 10 out of 10, right? The Raindrops was a 9.5.
No, what was the very first one? She gave 12 out of 10, I swear.
No.
No.
The very first one was one of mine.
What did she give it?
I think she only liked the Spacemen and the Raindrops the most.
Agreed.
No, she liked the PK Subban fans.
Oh, yeah, she liked that one.
Got an 8. All right,
Yeah.
my only respectable grade.
What was the very
cannot
first one that we
guys.
pulled? I can't
Sorry.
remember.
Oh, it's okay.
Ice liberals.
Ice Liberals. that's what it was.
Chuck, could you just let Lovina know since you couldn't hear us that we were just debating between our team names amongst ourselves there?
Yes, just some playful banter on who had the best team names.
I just heard team names, but
All right, well, we'll just let you go because it's breaking up.
okay. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for coming
Thanks for
on,
coming,
Lovina.
Lovina.
Thanks for the
Another
hockey talkie.
wonderful hockey talkie. We will see you many times in the upcoming season 4. So we'll see you then.
Yay. Thanks for having me. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a good one,
Lovina,
Lovina.
bye.
Okay, Winston, you have our last unofficial sponsor for the season, which we don't know what it is. It's been in that knapsack of yours.
Yeah, I brought it. Getting this to make sure it's a little surprise.
It's been burning a hole in my brain.
If you had a
I wanna-
guess, do you have a guess of what it looks like?
Can I feel it?
No.
It
Some
looks
sort
like
of
a
stuffed animal.
Yeah, it looks like a stuffed
Stuffed
animal.
animal, stuffed
looks like or
animal.
like a plush like football or something.
Josh, you have a guess on what you think it would be based on like shape or anything?
No, but I know it costed over 1,000 tickets.
That's a lot
or
of tickets.
1,000.
So we, as a whole, like from everyone that played our games last night, we came up with about I think 1,050 tickets, and this prize right here was about 800, which was actually pretty good compared to the other crap that they were giving out for whatever.
Plastic
Yeah.
vampire
Yeah,
teeth.
like there was some really bad stuff. in there.
$1.99 beers.
So basically, this cost around 800 something of that, and the last 200 was spent on candy for Trevor.
Nice.
Nice, Trevor.
because of the bowling fiasco. He needed a lollipop.
Yeah.
Should have given it to Pac.
So I think this was a fitting one because
It's relevant.
It's relevant,
Okay.
and I know you guys wanted one on the show like recently, and it was honestly just a pretty decent looking prize. So I think you guys will enjoy it.
Oh, it is a football.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Good looking guy.
Yeah, not
Grip
bad.
right.
yeah.
Thank
Is
you,
this
Franklin.
This is like a junior size, right?
yes.
This is not full size, is
No.
it?
No, your hands
Or
just
did-
got way bigger.
I have Giannis hands.
Chuck, hit me.
Nice.
That's a good ball.
Nice.
Like Josh Allen's.
Yep.
Well, I wanted to bring the football a couple weeks ago so we could try that dribbling video
right.
that we showed, but
Never too late. I'm just.
It might be
throwing
more
it.
simple with a smaller ball, too.
That'd be harder, though.
do we have room on the? Yeah, if one of you guys just tries to dribble back by the door there and not.
Winston, since you have the
Huxtable.
removable headphone, I think this is you.
Since he plays point guard and has handles.
No. Chuck stretch 5.
Yeah, Chuck,
honestly, I think
Chuck
it's
you're the
only
host.
fitting.
Come on.
I could try it because I can remove my headphones. I know how to do it.
You can show off your Ron May towing hat as well.
Wrong May. Okay.
My foot is.
I like get myself in the. I can't even see him on the Twitch stream. Okay, this is probably good enough. No, it's really hard. No, shoot. Oh gosh.
He's failing miserably if you can't see stream.
Well,
Oh,
I'm rewatching
the stream
it.
sees that very clearly in the fail.
Harder than it looks.
Although, do you think doing
That's a
on
tough one.
Do you think doing it on like a turf?
I think it would help a little bit, but
what's
you
the
got
bounce?
to
It'd
you
make
got to
it more
hit it at the right
bouncy.
angle. You got to hit it at the right angle. All right. Thanks everyone for sticking around for Hockey Talk. That was fun with the names.
Yeah.
Glad we did
That was a
that.
good
Hopefully,
idea.
Yeah.
hopefully someone in the higher ups of the Seattle front office hears this.
And choose the semen.
I'm still pulling for Paulina Gretzky's, but
Unless it makes sense if like Wayne Gretzky was
Like
somehow
owner?
like
Yeah.
an owner or like stakeholder to the team, but I don't think that's the case.
my foot is asleep, bro.
Go to sleep.
Hugs is comfortable down there.
Super comfortable.
All right. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Ed Orgeron is one hell of a coach. Let me have this load up. He does not deal with baloney too well. And so this was him at a press
Great
conference.
young man from Destrehan, Louisiana. Hold on a second. Hey, guys. Hey, I'm having a press conference, okay? Thank you.
So stern yet so polite.
Great young man. On a scrimmage, we wanted to get bigger. I'll stop. Hey, stop the balls, stop the drill. I'm having a press conference. Thank you. We had to fix the line of scrimmage. Went all the way to Michigan.
What doesn't make sense to me is that why do they have that screen, that backdrop,
I
like
know.
on the practice field? Like, don't they have an area where the press can be?
I thought it
for
always
press
was
conference?
in that area.
Until I saw him switch onto the field, I thought he was in like a room.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you
Exposed.
think, but
And it just like pans back in like nothing happened.
It's like he could have been wearing like the suit top, and then come out and just have shorts on.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know if this speaks to LSU. I mean, Orgeron handled it very well.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think they should probably try to change how they do press conferences. I remember in high school, I was shooting free throws on one side of the gym, and the backdrop was dropped, and varsity was practicing, and I was just trying to work on my free throws. And then the similar thing happened. Like, hey, we're trying to run plays over here. Whoever's dribbling that, stop. I'm like, okay, I'll just stay bad at free throws.
They
And
shot you down of your dreams.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a.
And to this day, you're still bad at shooting free throws.
Yeah, so that's what happened.
That's enough.
Sorry.
It's true. I'm not going to deny
We're
it.
not Kevin's here.
Yeah, my bad. Austin's good at shooting free throws, though.
Enough. Boban,
Boban.
highest rated player efficiency in a minimum of 1,000 minutes from 9 of some of the greats.
Boban the GOAT.
Boban, I think, is the GOAT. And I have a few more.
Most face masks in basketball,
Given up.
or face palms.
Most face masks given to
Face
other
palms?
players.
No, that's JaVale McGee.
No, did you see him?
It's coming.
Okay,
it's
I
coming.
figured,
It's
but-
coming. It's actually going to be our first country strong.
This I am Justin says his ears scare me, and I have to agree.
Yeah, but I mean, he didn't have any
It's
control.
like a
over
boxer's
that.
ears.
But this is how the Clippers feel about Boban.
Whoa.
This is only his 5th game of the season.
But he's the MVP, Marv.
Yeah. Plays about 11 minutes a game.
And he delivers.
That has to be the shortest time for an MVP.
That man's ears big. He can hear all the hate.
Okay, and then moving on to, I'm doing double shot this week too because I feel like we did the Country Strong Play of the Week a little bit of an injustice over the course of the season because we just got it started a week ago. So let me pull up the first of this week. I think there's 3 of them, but let me get it ready. 1 second. Producer on the way. Just talking to him earlier today.
Good guy.
Good guy.
Or girl.
Or girl.
Hopefully, girl.
Well, he said him, so.
I think it's pretty good.
Look at him go. Country Strong Play of the Week.
So sticking with Boban, this was all the Country Strong.
So tough as a big man when you're coming over to help. You're slow out of position.
Nice.
You're trying to block the shot before he gets it above his head. But what happens when he gets the ball?
That's my bike, punk.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh man!
End up smacking the
All ball. These refs
Dude,
are
all balls.
ridiculous. Yeah.
His hand literally takes up his whole head. That's
He
insane.
could have crushed his face.
That's
I
a
know.
flop. WTF.
yeah.
Dude.
You know how, Chuck, you know how we've oftentimes measured our hands in comparison to yours? How do you think yours measure, like, in comparison to his? Like, would it be...
Little smokies. The guy's hands are massive.
Is that why Boban's PER is so high?
He's
Because he just doesn't allow a bucket.
just he's got the anchor badge for sure. For sure.
That's a real rim protector right there.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Does anyone want to shed some light on this LeBron James and Anthony Davis drama?
Not really drama, but
Everybody
the media
knows.
seems to think so.
I mean, not between them.
It's tampering.
No, everybody knows that this so-called tampering thing happens in all of the NBA. It shouldn't be a thing, like an illegal thing, because you're not just going to blindly go onto a team. Because tampering by rule, or whatever they call it a rule, can't you, unless the player's a free agent, you can't be recruiting them or something?
Yeah, like you can't be talking to them.
Okay, but then how do you, so you're basing a trade, like, just based off of, I don't know.
It's black and white. That's all it is.
Personally, I think the rule is dumb. And then, two, I think LeBron has not been in the wrong at all. Even though, because the reason is the Pelicans know Anthony Davis is leaving.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to do whatever it is to get him to stay or get money out of it or something. Which is also why I think they should trade for this crazy stuff that the Lakers want to throw at them and actually just go through with the trade to get the most out of it.
What about going out to dinner the night of, or was it the day after the Pelicans had played in Los Angeles?
Well, they hadn't lost a 3-1 lead and then gone and called KD to recruit him. So
yeah, not the same
not
thing.
The same
Sorry,
situation.
Warrior fans.
Okay. All right. Well, here's LeBron responding to this criticism the way that LeBron does.
Wait, hold on. Can you pause it real quick?
Damn, I thought it was an ass.
I thought it was an ass.
This one's just for a little sneak peek for Winston. If this is the same interview I saw the other day, he mentions that he'd like to play with Luka.
Headphones are being plugged in.
Okay.
Ask me would I like to play with Kevin Durant. Ask me right now.
Would you like to play with Kevin?
Absolutely. Ask me if I like to play with Jimmy Butler. Say it right now. Ask me about Kyrie Irving, Giannis. Ask me about Embiid, Ben Simmons. Go ahead, all of them. Luka Doncic. Ask me right now. Come on, guys. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. These are great players. Absolutely. I would love to play with a lot of great players. That's just who I am. So people get caught up in bunches. Sometimes when they wish they can control what you say, and they can't control me at all.
Can't control the king.
And I play by the rules. All right. Appreciate it.
Everyone.
Luka Doncic.
Luka Doncic.
That's how he said it.
I know. I think we need to figure out how to pronounce his name for sure.
So isn't the All-Star game and All-Star break and All-Star week just a giant tampering fest then?
Yeah.
Because it was like the players aren't allowed to talk to each other?
I mean, they're all friends. Like, literally, besides Giannis, apparently, because he can't work out with anybody.
He gonna punch him in the nut.
Yeah.
I thought it was an ass.
Wait, didn't Giannis just get dunked on the other day?
It happens.
Yeah, by Jaylen Brown, but they were down by like 20. So
he flexed him and got the technical. I watched that live.
Jaylen Brown is trash, and the
did see
Celtics
that.
are not good this year.
Okay,
So,
but a lot of people were defending Giannis when he literally showboats in everybody's face when he dunks on people. But it's okay, Giannis.
he doesn't do it when he's down 15, though.
Yeah, that's fine. I wasn't comparing that. I was just saying.
Bucks are never down 15. So
Giannis is kind of like getting soft about getting dunked on. It happens. LeBron got blocked on a dunk the other day, and it was like his only 7th missed dunk in his entire career.
Actually, Josh, I don't know if you looked over to the monitor, but we have these stats
9,
right here.
sorry.
Amari Stoudemire has blocked LeBron twice on a dunk.
Let's go.
Let's go,
It's a
Amari.
great statistic.
Prime Amari.
We can just run through these. Yeah, I mean,
This was a pretty sick block, to be honest. But
off Drummond, yeah, good job, Drummond.
That was like a partial block.
yeah,
Still a block.
that was a sick block. That was
What is with you?
Oh yeah, the Plumlee block. I remember that.
That was-
they didn't even put the Amari.
That was all
ones in.
hand. Watch the Plumlee.
Yeah,
one
the
again.
Amari one wasn't televised.
It was so long ago. Watch Plumlee. This was a foul, not this one. Foul. He held his hand.
Ball first.
Didn't even touch the ball.
Ball
Was
first.
that Thiago Splitter? Oh, no.
No, that was Mason Plumlee.
Doncic got this dude on back-to-back blocks during a game this season. So really, how many other?
It was off a dunk.
Yeah, that's not.
I
it
know.
wasn't
But
a
that's what the
dunk.
comment
attempts.
said.
Well, forget the comments.
He had a layup.
We don't need them. We don't want them either. Did you guys hear what Mark Cuban said?
Yeah.
He's a Luka fan for sure. Probably why they drafted him.
Yeah.
Winston, did you hear about this?
I did not.
Have you seen Nick Wright's take on this yet?
I prefer not to, but it's okay.
Okay.
Nick Wright is a jumper. He just jumps around and
I'm
tells you.
I'm
what
a
you
fan
wanna
of Nick
hear.
Wright. Says things how they are.
Yeah, he's kind of hypocritical though. Not gonna
I
lie.
guess.
Well, this is Mark Cuban's quote. He says, "If we took our best kids in 7 years before they are McDonald's All-Americans, we sent them over to Slovenia to get an education, the league would be 1,000 times better. They just learn how to play basketball while our guys learn how to taunt and put together mixtapes." So Mark Cuban, not a fan of American basketball culture, it seems. Probably why he drafted. Is Luka from Slovenia? Where is he from? Do we know?
Quick Google search.
Quick Google search will
Quick Google
suffice.
search.
Luka Duka?
Talking about this, though, I mean, Cuban's not wrong. Sorry.
No, he's not. I don't
Yeah.
think Europe has their basketball development on point. They know what to do.
And high school level basketball is just a bunch of one-on-one, like not fundamental basketball, and coaches aren't really held accountable.
I mean, in this, you could take this two ways, though, because he said sent them over to Slovenia to get an education. So, one, he's taking a shot at American education.
It's trash.
Yeah, it's horrible. But so how much of this is actually about basketball? Because he goes from American education, so he's calling all NBA players that grew up here stupid.
Not stupid, but the system is like, it's not. I think these European countries, they have specific academies. Like they have them here, but they have specific academies where players go there to get their education, but it's more basketball centered.
So we're saying that Luka Doncic, who's been playing in the EuroLeague since he's like 16.
He's from Slovenia. That's why Mark Cuban said it.
Okay, that's funny.
Thanks, Google.
Has an elite education.
I mean, he's more polished than these other rookies.
At what?
Yeah. Well,
At his game.
Okay, so
he
we're
knows how to
basketball here.
He knows how to give an interview too. Like he knows he has personal.
Okay, I'm
skills,
not talking about the
communication
interview. I don't know
skills.
about that, but
I don't know. Because you have, in my opinion, like, no, I see where he's coming from a basketball standpoint, but saying, like, because if you look at it from that, LeBron went into the league when he was, what, like, just turned 18 or was at the end of turning 17, didn't go to college, played in that high school All-American game, and is one of the most, like, if you just listen to LeBron, he seems educated and is just very well-spoken.
yeah, that was like back in the day.
LeBron's
I
also
don't know.
incredibly gifted. Like he didn't really like obviously he had to develop as a player, but like he had the natural ability to play the game.
But, like, I'm confused as to, in that comment, was he referring to how nowadays everything, like you see these players who just have crazy mixtapes and then they're never good in the NBA, you know? Because everything in high school and even college now is based off of Flash, essentially, and that's what social media has given us to this day.
Oh, I was taking it as like music mixtapes, not like
Nice.
gameplay mixtapes. It was just like I thought he was taking shots at SoundCloud rappers.
Yeah, when Kobe came out with his little album.
Kobe, I know Andre Drummond does some rapping on the side.
Lonzo.
Oladipo sings.
Lonzo.
Or he does R&B.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe I don't know. We could break down this quote so many different ways.
I was just confused as to whether he was calling generally NBA players not as educated as Slovenian players.
I think he was more referring to the education system more centered around basketball.
That's
than
what I
just
was
general
thinking.
education.
So he's saying Luka has better fundamentals than all the current
Yeah.
Well,
players
he's
coming up.
19.
That's
He's
fair.
tearing
That's
up the
what I think.
league.
Well, he's been playing in literally the second best professional
And that's
league.
the point.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Yeah.
asking.
Yeah.
He took a shot at American education when, I don't know. I feel like
Can
it
you
could've been
pull
way
up the quote one
different.
more time? Just let me read it.
When I first read it, I think he was just talking about like basketball education, like basketball IQ, like how you play and stuff like that.
Okay, so if he said, we sent him over to Slovenia to play basketball for 7 years, not to get an education.
Well, you still have to get an education, though. It's a law.
Yeah,
In
and I mean,
most-
I don't know if he
in
was
most
referring to this, but
countries.
like I bet like a lot of those college athletes, like the top ones, don't really get much of an education.
Well,
Like
yeah,
they go to like
and-
one class or whatever.
Yeah, they
well,
don't
now
care
with
about
the developmental G League thing they have going on, where players can skip that year of college to go make $125,000 and train for 9 months, is kind of tying into not having to get an
it's definitely in
education.
reference to a basketball thing because literally right after he says, they would be 1,000 times better. They just learn how to play basketball while our guys,
It's just a fundamental and like team aspect. Like a lot of the guys coming up don't know really how to play as a team. They just like know how to take a guy 1-on-1, which is fine too.
Well,
but
personally, I'm not sure about you guys, but I feel like maybe it's just the start of it, but Luka is somewhat of an outlier.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at a lot of the other guys that were drafted, like Europeans, like wasn't Dragan Bender like a guy that was a pretty high draft pick, and like he hasn't really panned out that.
Back in the day, though, Brandon Jennings went to Europe instead of going to Arizona, and his game was like a lot better, at least at the beginning of his career.
Didn't Terrence Ferguson do that too?
Yeah.
And Emmanuel Mudiay.
Yeah, I mean,
Mudiay too.
I mean, there's pros and cons to each of it, but I think
I just feel
overall
like
you play better when you go over there.
He's been playing. He was like runner-up for the MVP at like 16 in the Euro League. Like that's just insane.
Yeah, I mean he's an outlier. Yeah, but that's the point, that he's getting better, like better playing time and stuff over there. Better. I don't know what the word is, but
what about it's kind of a joke, but what about LaMelo and Jello going over to
in China and getting?
I mean, they probably played better competition.
Right now, they're not allowing LaMelo to be ranked, and or a lot of teams don't want to play Spire, the team he's playing for, because he's been paid.
Because
to play
they have
basketball.
that tall twig dude.
But no, he's on JV. You
Oh,
know that? He doesn't even
play. Start.
No, he's
wow.
does he not start? He's not on varsity.
He
it's
sucks
crazy.
though.
But that team is stacked. They're really good, but. They're saying if LaMelo is to be ranked in their top 100 ESPN whatever for recruiting, he would be arguably number one right now.
I mean, probably.
LaMelo's actually really good.
Yeah.
That's a ridiculous part of the education point of student athletes of sports. Like if you have these one and done players who go to college, they're not going to class.
Yeah.
They enroll in classes where it's basically like you write a paper to be like, this semester I learned this, and you just got to sign your name on it.
I mean, Derrick Rose hired a dude to do his SAT or whatever.
Literally, my sister.
Derrick Rose. I love Derrick Rose.
My sister went to go check out a school and their basketball team, and they took her to a class, like just to see how a class was. Guess what the class was?
Writing 101.
It was teaching basketball.
Nice.
It was
Shout out to Mark
It was
Cuban.
taught by the men's basketball team, and it was meant to raise the athlete's GPA.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
And this is not a big school. This is a very, very small in-state school.
Yeah. So think of what they're doing in the major conference schools.
Yeah.
Like it's
like Louisville. Rather be going to strip clubs and
get the hookers.
Yeah.
Shout out Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah. Shout out Rick Pitino.
Yeah. Pitino.
He actually just got hired as what's that? It's in what team is it? It's another foreign team, but it's like a super overpowered.
The Shanghai Knights.
Isn't that a movie? The Owen Wilson.
I don't know.
Shanghai Knights.
I'm pretty sure that's like a team in.
No, that's like a movie.
Yeah.
That is definitely a movie.
Shanghai Knights.
There's a Shanghai
Jackie
team. I don't know.
Chan
That's like
and Owen
famous.
Wilson.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay, does anyone know how to spell Shanghai? Because I butchered that.
It's SANGHAI.
Isn't there an H?
GHAI, I believe.
Oh, here we go.
Shanghai Knights.
I told you.
2003, starring Jackie Chan and
That's
Owen
what I
Wilson.
Nice. That was a great team.
What's the Shanghai team? I don't know. There's a famous basketball team in Shanghai.
Shanghai Knights.
That's probably the Knights, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of 2K when you first started your
Exactly.
career.
Like that's a real team. I'm pretty sure.
The Shanghai Bears.
Is it the Bears?
I think that's the team.
I don't know. There's a Shanghai team that's famous,
That's
but
too funny.
but I digress.
This is a random question, but this was back to you guys talking about LaMelo and Jello.
Sharks.
Yeah,
The Shanghai Sharks. Okay.
But how's that power forward or center doing? That big dude that was just rebounding for them when they were cherry picking for their.
Didn't he go snake mode and went somewhere else?
Wait, you mean the guy on Chino Hills?
Yeah, that was on Chino Hills with them.
He is a senior, I believe, this year. They call him the Big O or
This
Big.
guy's an animal.
He's actually, dude. He's actually. Pretty
Didn't he
good.
like transfer from Chino Hills and go somewhere else?
He did.
Yeah,
he went
pulled
to like
a
the
snake
rival.
move. Yeah.
He went to the rival.
Nice KD.
Which is like some of the Seattle high school basketball scene right now. When Brandon Roy Okay, you know it's so funny. I think
No thanks, Brandon Roy.
we've touched on this before, but Brandon Roy coached Nathan Hale his first year in high school coaching.
He's at Garfield now, right?
No. So
Rainier Beach.
No, Nathan Hale, and then they went like 30-0 or whatever with Michael Porter Jr. Went to Garfield, I think lost one game in one state, and then is taking a year sabbatical because they had a bunch of transfers.
There's no one worth coaching. They
Yeah,
just want to take
Exactly.
the year
That's
off.
all
back
Brandon
next
Roy's
year.
doing. He's just
Yeah.
coaching like top prospects.
Right,
Wow,
it's
what a
so
coach.
So
And a lot of the Garfield players transferred to Rainier Beach. I don't know in what order, before Brandon Roy said he's taking a sabbatical or after, but they transferred from Garfield to Rainier Beach. It's so dumb.
It's all a racket. It's all a racket.
It's dumb.
I want to go back to Luka though. I want to go on record and call you out because Marco Fultz is not a gentle soul.
No.
Luka Doncic is
Yeah, I like this. Good
the
guy.
most gentle soul.
Hey, J. Cole shouted out Fultz
That's
and,
right.
and the boy Dennis Smith Jr. though.
Let's go.
But do any of either of these players care about the fans over the game? So Luka is consoling this young child. You'll see here in a minute why. But I mean, he's really upset. He's really disappointed.
You know,
in what he
there's a
did.
comment in there that's just not. It's just not nice, man. By SF Chud.
I see it.
Look at this though. He totally lands on the kid. And Luka, a child himself, is gonna apologize.
Kid probably doesn't even understand what Luca's saying.
That's why he's
See,
so confused.
Luka wouldn't have been taught that if he played in American
True.
basketball.
He would have been taunting on the kid.
Yeah, be like,
Pointing at him like Sean Kemp.
you can't guard me. But yeah, even the kid got a signed jersey, and
Sick.
yeah, there's a little.
Yeah, he got to
feel
sit
good.
front row seats to watch Luca play the Warriors and then get a jersey. That's a pretty sweet day.
Rich
right?
get
that's-
richer.
That's a nice
Sweet
day.
day.
That's a nice day. So, say what you will about status and money.
Also,
Kid doesn't. It's not his money.
While we're on status and money, and we were talking about Anthony Davis a little bit, I don't know if this was in the future. This was in the future. This was in the plans for this
The show.
for our show today. But did you guys see the comment from Anthony Davis about wanting to focus on his legacy rather than the money?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did see that.
Do you know how much money he has already?
A lot.
Do you think this is a valid point?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, it is
Yes.
because
No.
Yes.
because
No.
Yes.
He's
yes,
literally one of the
because
most marketable players in the
the
because of his
NBA
eyebrow.
the NBA made up a thing so that like the teams that have the players on the small market teams can sign them to the biggest contracts. So they wanted them to
Yes.
stay on
my
their
gosh.
small market team, so they didn't go to big market
Yes.
teams.
He's taking a $20 million pay cut when he's already worth $300 million.
He can only
Yes.
sign the supermax with the Pelicans.
It doesn't
though.
matter.
Yes.
A supermax versus a regular contract at 100.
It's still a lot of money, obviously,
it's
but
not.
they're both a lot of money.
I don't.
The
you
man
can't-
is playing in Kevin Durant's league now. He's
I
gonna
don't-
go
I don't
where he
understand
has
why
to
they're
go.
Way too much credit for wanting to. If KD came out and said this, they'd be like, "Oh my God, dude, he's the greatest player ever." He's not
truly
focusing on the
would.
money. And literally, who was it? It was a Spurs player. Took like a. It was
Boris Dio.
Didn't LaMarcus take a pay cut?
Powell?
Who was
he
it? There
signed
was
a
somebody.
deal.
Was it Powell?
Was it Ginobili? It was Tim Duncan. Somebody took like a massive pay cut to try and keep the team together, and that's actually
don't-
deserves
I
recognition.
don't think Tim Duncan realizes
Well,
how much
rather
money
than
he
taking a
has.
$250 million contract versus $150
Well, I'll
million.
tell you who did take a massive pay cut throughout his career.
Harrison Barnes.
Yes, my boy Dirk.
Harrison
Dirk.
Barnes.
So he could pave the way for people like Chandler Parsons to
And
come and
Harrison
take a max
Barnes.
deal.
Let's go.
Hey, you got Luka though.
Yeah.
I just personally think that's giving. I'm a fan of Anthony Davis and his legacy so far up to this point, but giving him so much credit for wanting to focus like on LeBron. LeBron has never demanded a super. LeBron's arguably the greatest player ever. Has never demanded the highest, whatever the max has been up until.
But
this
he
point.
has come out and said he wants to be the first billionaire athlete.
Well, he also has a $1 billion.
That's from everywhere though. That's
Yeah,
from like
but
his market.
still, like you're
And he
gonna
literally
get
also
from your
has
contract.
like $1 billion lifetime Nike deal or whatever they signed him to. So he'll be fine too. But
Gave
I'm
LeBron
just
and
saying.
Billy not to
Okay, no,
run
yeah, I
away.
like agree with you, but still, Anthony Davis is costing a lot of money if he were to just get traded before his contract was
You
up.
literally see athletes going broke after they retire. I don't see that happening to Anthony
Well,
Davis,
yeah.
whether he takes this so-called pay cut to focus on his
I
legacy.
agree. It's not like a huge pay cut, but he wants to like win rings. That's his point.
Yeah, but
That's
if he-
and he's
cool.
not going to win
So
rings
come out
in
and
the
say
Pelicans.
that. No, I'm trying to win rings.
That's what he
no.
basically said.
I don't
Yeah.
care about losing out on $100
His
million.
legacy is the ring.
That's what he said. That was totally implied. He cares about his legacy.
Leave out the money part.
What does it mean when you're an NBA player? Your legacy is getting rings.
Why did Kevin Durant go to the Warriors?
So he could win easy rings.
Yeah, and nobody's praising him for not taking the money.
Because he slithered away. He was already on a good team. The
he
Pelicans are
slithered away.
mediocre.
He still got a max deal, like a 2-year max deal, the most you can get on like 2-year contracts.
Whatever. I just think it's dumb. People are giving him too much praise for that.
I'm not praising him. I just don't think that's wrong.
I just think it's more of a shot at the Pelicans.
I'm not saying he's wrong. Well, obviously, they're bad.
Yeah, but their team isn't like that bad on paper.
And the Thunder
like,
were good.
But nobody can
But
compete with
KD
the
No,
Warriors.
yeah, they're not competing though.
Nobody can
right,
compete
but
with the
they
Warriors.
should be competing. Look at Giannis. How does he have a much better team than Anthony Davis? And he's like first in the East.
Well, I agree. I personally think Giannis has a bigger effect on the game than Anthony Davis.
Does he though?
Yes.
I don't know about that.
Current point in time, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that much of a
Yes.
difference though.
Giannis is carrying his team night in and night out.
Dude, Anthony Davis is dropping like 30 and 20.
I've never seen Anthony Davis Euro step from the half
He
court
probably
line.
can. Anthony Davis is probably better than Giannis.
Do you think currently Anthony Davis is ahead of Giannis for MVP right now?
No, because the Bucks are winning, and that's the point. They're
Okay,
winning.
then that
Anthony
has a
Davis'
huge
supporting cast is probably just as good.
Legacy.
I agree.
So why can't Anthony Davis do it? Is what I'm saying with the team that he's on.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Giannis has a bigger effect. You just said they have
No,
equal.
yeah.
You said they have equal supporting cast, but Giannis is
I said
above
they
him.
probably do. The Pelicans have had some injuries though. But
Okay, but therefore Giannis is having a bigger impact on the game than Anthony Davis.
Probably, but I don't know.
That's
I
what
don't
we're just
know.
arguing.
I don't know. Well, I don't know if he does because Anthony Davis is putting up like 30 and 20, and they're still getting like blown out.
I don't know.
And that's a pretty big impact with like a few blocks as well.
Let's move on. I lied. There's 3 country strong plays of the week. So,
Jeez.
so here's the third one or the second one.
Look at him go. Country Strong play of the week.
All right, this is Lauri Markkanen, another
Much better than
player.
Jaylen Brown's dunk.
Look at this country strong.
That is the weakest technical.
Yeah, that was a
in
pretty
all-
quick
yeah.
tee.
I know.
That's okay. It's country strong. Don't matter.
Dude, Markkanen's actually like so good.
good,
He's
though.
actually
He's
really
good.
good.
Hans Fortune.
Dude, he actually looks so much like Hans. It's crazy.
He does. He does. You can't
Like they could
argue
be
that.
cousins.
The league is soft.
They are cousins.
Markel's not soft, so the league is soft.
Markel getting traded, so
Well, J. Cole's singing about him, so
and shouting out the boy Dennis Smith Jr.
yeah, stay solid.
Then I guess that counts, right?
Yes,
Your
it
legacy
does.
if you get in a rap
Yeah.
song.
Oh, 100%.
Markel
You don't
can
have to win
retire
any-
now.
Yeah, he doesn't have
J.
to win
Cole
any
said
rings.
too, he doesn't even know him. He's just giving him a shout out, so that's big time.
No, wait, Markel or Dennis Smith?
Markel.
Okay.
He knows
Because I think he
Dennis.
knows Dennis. Yeah.
They're from the same area, I believe.
I just wanted to pull this one up because just wanted to let you guys know that no one owns real estate in Andre Drummond's head.
Except for Joel Embiid.
Nope. This is in overtime. The man is unconscious.
Oh my
gosh, dude.
Over Winston's boy Cat.
Wait, was that his bench that he's? No, that's the
That's
Wolves
the
bench.
Wolves, yeah.
Watch him stand up. I swear they're actually like kind of hyped for him. Look.
No, they're like
They're
what the-
angry.
Yeah, they're like how?
They're like, who's letting this goofy center shoot these threes?
I'm surprised he didn't get a technical for his watch right after.
For looking at the bench.
Yeah, watch his taunt. He said,
He always does that though.
I know, but I'm
Oh yeah,
surprised
because he
didn't
hits
get a
all those
technical.
threes and he
Yeah.
does that all the time.
Just like Chuck at church ball.
It's like he's doing. That's just his Harden. They don't tee Harden up.
Except for when Chuck is going to shoot a three, he says sorry before.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Looks at every
guys.
one of his teammates.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Including me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It had to be done.
The Pete Rose game.
Games,
Games,
plural.
yeah, true. The Pete Rose night.
Oh, this is the wrong one.
Oh,
I gotta
no.
pull
No thanks.
No
Snake.
thanks.
Oh, the first one.
You know how we've outlawed all Markel slander?
No, we haven't.
Outlaw all
Sorry.
Durant talk
Yeah.
until he leaves the Warriors.
Yes, yes, please.
No, because this is against Durant.
No,
This
it's
is
that's
dumb.
actually 4 because they have Boogie.
This isn't even funny.
Agreed. I
They've
didn't
been doing this
laugh.
for weeks, and I haven't laughed at any of them.
Mm-mm.
I think it's embarrassing.
I agree.
Anything, so we can at least play that, right?
You know, somebody put in the comments, like, how do we allow Boogie to get on this team? Like, this is
Because Boogie's
showcasing
a
his talent.
snake.
Okay, but, like, how is this, like, you know, like, this is something.
Oh, I
implicit.
know.
And then here's a response to this. Mind you, there is some language, but Conor McGregor,
Conor
to
McGregor.
Mayweather.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Take your ass in the shower and
Look at
stop
his feet.
writing travel on every fucking post. Bro, go get in the shower, bro. Bro, go get in the shower,
I
bro.
think he's tweeting on like a burner account.
He totally is. That's what he's getting called out for.
Take
That was
your
definitely an
ass
offensive
in
foul
the
on
shower
Boogie.
and stop writing travel on every fucking post. Bro, go get in the shower, bro.
His feet are as big as Boban's.
Bro, go
hands.
get
So they
in the
look
shower,
different
bro.
than what you thought. I thought they were gonna be a little slithery.
His feet.
Yeah.
Is it like a foot
Take
thing?
your ass in the shower and stop writing travel on every fucking post.
We get
The
it.
toes are just one like pointy end of a tail.
This is
Good
sweet.
video, Chuck.
All right, round out our NBA segment. I wish that I had a dad like LeBron. This is just.
That was kind of deep.
This is.
Sit down,
It was very deep.
Yeah, what the heck?
Will you be my daddy?
You made 3 of the biggest plays of the game. You want me to tell you what they were? And you get too down on yourself for no reason. You made 3 of the biggest plays of the game. You got the offensive rebound, right? Down 4, you got the offensive rebound, got the tip in, right? And then you had the outlet pass to Owen when he got the and 1. And then you made the last swing to him for the game winner. You know what I'm saying? So like if you missing shots or making shots, don't worry about it, kid. You played a hell of a game. You ain't got to worry about making shots or missing shots. All right? Good job.
You know what's dope about this for
Proud of
me
you, man.
is,
All right, go with your team. Bye.
I mean, like a lot of people are saying, like, why is he mic'd up? Like this was like somewhat staged and all that. Like whatever, I don't care. But the fact that he was able to recall like 3 plays that were throughout
he
his
actually
son's
pays
game
attention
is
to his
pretty
kids'
sick.
It reminds me
yeah.
of when he did that in the finals when
Yeah.
he like said all the
Dude,
conference
it's like,
finals.
and then what's the Rams coach?
Sean McVay.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
he could just recall like crazy
Yeah.
from like 3 years ago. That's like LeBron. It's pretty sick.
I thought LeBron was about to say to him, "I thought it was an ass." To Bryce.
I thought
I thought
you
Dad.
played like ass, but it's okay. I think that video, even if it's mic'd up, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Like you can't really hate this guy
No.
on the court. Sure, like whatever. If he's still labeled the villain because he went to Miami, but this is a good, wholesome person.
Yeah.
That I admire him so much now.
I've seen people, I don't know if it was from like a separate interview or from the interview we watched earlier on here, but how he said owners treat him like slaves.
About the NFL.
Yeah, I didn't have that on here, but yeah, he said that on the
newest shop
on the
episode.
shop.
Yeah. And a lot of people were saying how he essentially hasn't really made a difference in this world, and he's just been, and it's like
those are the type of people that are like that news anchor that said just stick to playing basketball.
Yeah, play basketball.
Stay in your lane.
He's literally created an entire school and gave scholarships to every single kid to the University of Akron. Like that's insane.
Yeah,
but
media
I
got to chill.
digress. He's the GOAT. I digress.
I digress.
My Lakers.
So this is from both the same game. So this was Josh Norman and Taylor Lewin. I didn't really get this.
Taylor Lewan, Chuck.
Lewin. You know how I am with names. I got to mess it up. But this was post-game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so Mr. Lewan came out and said that Josh Norman was trying to take shots at Derrick Henry, unsportsmanlike. So, yeah, I mean.
All I know is if I were Josh Norman, I wouldn't mess with Mr. Taylor Lewan.
I don't like Josh Norman at all.
No,
Never have.
No, but
much
he
trash talk
did
now.
exactly what, like, to get into a hothead's head. Like,
Yeah.
this is, he succeeded
Oh,
perfectly.
yeah.
You did.
And then if we jump over, this is not Country Strong Play of the Week, but it could definitely be a candidate. This was Derrick Henry just putting in that extra effort, get to the line.
Where did Derrick Henry come from?
What did he
Hell,
drink,
honestly,
dude?
dude.
Like, I was saying, I don't understand why he can't be doing these kind of games all the time.
Right.
And, like, he was doing nothing at the beginning of the year. He's literally, like, 6'5", like, 250.
Yeah.
Like, how are you supposed to tackle him?
Well, and what? He's in his 4th year in the league.
Yeah.
He's just been, like, MIA for
Have you guys
the
seen his
beginning.
high school, like senior year high school?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
stupid,
It's the
dude.
most
It's
insane
like
thing.
3,000 yards.
Every time he touches the ball, it's a
It's
touchdown.
gone.
Yeah.
Like imagine like being at the games on Friday nights, just like seeing this guy just.
Imagine a guy like my size trying to tackle this guy, dude. I'm like
just a high school player.
yeah, I'm a
Probably
high school
like
corner.
5'5", like 140.
Seriously.
Mercy. This is beast mode at City Hall in Oakland,
I like how he's dressed. It's so funny.
telling him to save the teams. They're losing the Raiders.
Is he on a mic?
Best not lose the A's. Appreciate it. I feel like that was like a threat.
I know. Or else I'm gonna get the gang to come fight
He
you.
looks like a
Best not lose the
It's like Danny Purdy's comment. He looks like a 5th grader walking up in front of the class presenting his book report. He actually does.
It's mic'd up. It's fake.
This is
watching.
This is Derrick Henry in elementary school.
Over the summer, I read Dr. Seuss's Green Eggs and Ham.
I also ran 100 miles.
And lifted 10,000 pounds.
I'm ready for NFL.
You can't send him to Europe to get a football education. Doesn't work like that there.
I mean, him and Hans would tear it up.
And Larry Marketing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely took that as a threat. I'd be terrified if I was Oakland City
I see what
Council.
you're pulling up. Is this a Country Strong?
A candidate for it.
Okay.
I can play the soundbite.
You know how they do like the top 10 nominees?
Top 10 Country Strong plays?
Yeah,
of the
but
season?
this is a nominee.
This is definitely a nominee. So this is I put it down as Punter Strong.
Okay.
Can we CC
get buried?
Can we CC Seabass on this one?
The opposite of Seabass.
Yeah.
Go Falcons, am I right, Winnie?
Terrible,
got a good win.
Today. Terrible win today.
Hawks would have won last week if we had this guy.
Why are they winning? Why are they winning these last 2 weeks?
Good win.
Because that's Punter Strong.
Because Julio has 7 touchdowns in his last 8 games.
Why though?
But AB went for an insane amount today.
They don't. We don't want wins, Josh.
You were tanking for the draft?
Absolutely. At
I
this
like
point.
it. I like it.
Why? I don't know why they want to win.
All right. Let me pull this up just so it's nice and smooth. And
but yeah, 7 TDs.
Shout out to AB. First
Shout out.
player since Randy Moss to have over 100 receiving yards and 15 TDs.
Shout out, what's his name from
Or
the
receiving
Texans?
receptions, sorry.
DeAndre Hopkins.
No.
His name.
I almost skipped it.
AB almost single-handedly beat the Saints in New Orleans.
DeAndre almost as close to AB.
No.
In terms of this season.
No.
Yes.
No, we can't do that.
Chuck
then.
disagrees.
I was gonna do an either or of the Philly specials today with the Browns and Jarvis Landry hucking it up, and then Larry Fitzgerald. But the Larry Fitzgerald link is broken.
Can we go watch the Hawks now?
Almost. We gotta get into bricks, and then we'll close out this season.
Because Sebastian just missed a 47-yard field goal.
Nice.
Yeah, I was on my fantasy team. Don't care anymore.
Good player.
Don't care anymore. So this is some awareness. You always got to know which way you're supposed to go on the court. This guy did not. Thought it was an easy bucket.
Nice.
Wrong hoop.
Somebody brought up a good point to this clip. They said, what if he got fouled and is an and one? What do you do at that point?
You don't count the bucket, obviously.
You have to. One in the hoop.
Yeah, but it was a foul, so it'd be a dead ball,
Yeah,
and it wasn't a
exactly.
shot up at your own hoop.
Yeah.
So
unless it's 3 free throws.
Strikes me as something Logan would do.
Enough.
Sorry.
Enough.
My bad.
It's okay.
He would have ran to the corner and pulled up.
Yeah, that's not a layup. I don't know if you guys saw this mayhem. This was for the Texas State Championship in high school.
Oh, this was great.
This was bonkers.
Can't wait to see the incoming movie.
Yeah, right. Friday Night Lights Part 2. So this is for the game. And what a ball.
It's actually insane.
Can you imagine that's how you win your high school state championship? In Texas, of all states.
Right.
Yeah, there
it's
was
like a national championship.
This stadium had like 100,000 people.
There was a tweet, like a video of like all the fans in attendance, and it was just like as packed as like a Cowboy game.
Right. Hey, Chuck.
Ridiculous.
Chuck?
Yes.
Can we get a
Oh, yeah.
Chuck-diculous.
Chuck-diculous.
Would you say better throw or better catch? Because that's a pretty nice.
It's a really nice throw.
it's a really
Yeah, I think at the
But it's at the
throw.
back of the end zone, too.
Yeah, no,
it's
but-
just an incredible play.
Yeah, it's all around incredible.
Twitch chat update.
We have Bonzo Talks coming in with a couple of
Hey, Bonzo.
couple
What's up,
comments here.
Bonzo?
What's up, Bonzo? He said, need producer.
Did you say question mark or period? Was it a statement or a question?
Neither.
Was Lynch's thing a statement or was it a threat?
It's a good point. Okay.
Nice hat, Trav.
Thanks, Bonzo.
And deep shot hype.
Let's go.
All from
There you go,
Bonzo.
hype.
That's about it.
To round out the season, but I didn't lie to you earlier. We got the last one. Last one of the season.
Look at him go. Country Strong, play the week.
Sticking with high school, the Max Preps Instagram page. This is a good way to close out a season. This is the definition of keeping your feet moving.
Bandwidth.
This was basically Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Honestly. That last guy gave great effort, too.
Gotta respect it.
Yeah, that was me.
And finally, we'll end on a positive, heartwarming note. Since it is the holidays, this is at the Kings game. I don't know if I'd want to take a Bogdanovich jersey, but
No, I'd never steal from my daughter, so I'll take this one.
All right, let's see what's in that box. Ladies and gentlemen, just returning from overseas, from the United States Navy, surprising his mom and his sister.
who gonna cry first?
Make some
Ooh,
noise.
that's deep, man.
Austin Crop.
The mom's like shaking.
I know. She's literally in shock.
Whose hat's better, his or Travis?
His, sorry.
Yeah, fair enough.
Kings fans, can you make some noise?
I never felt so strong. I'm back feeling like this and now I can't try. And if you with me, put your hands high. You done lost a life before.
One more time, Sack. An autograph, Bogdan.
So we'll close out season 3 with a doggo.
Hey, doggus.
From the Deep Shot family to yours, we hope that you have a very Merry Christmas, a very Happy Kwanzaa, a fun and safe New Year's. We'll be back in 2019 with Season 4, Episode 401, date to be released. Be sure to follow the Deep Shot on Instagram, on Twitter, at the Deep Shot. Be sure to check out chucksway.com to catch up on all of your Deep Shot episodes, and we can use the pun of seeing you next year.
Go Dogs, go Hawks.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
Go
do
Dogs, go Hawks.
Final team shout out.
Rachel Bush is back with Jordan Poyer, I believe.
Let's go, Winston.
Happy holidays.
Go Bucks, go Pistons, go Antoine Griezmann and Atletico Madrid, go Seahawks, go Chiefs. I know they're playing right now, so what's the score?
Huh?
14-10 last I saw, Seahawks.
Nice.
Let's see.
Go Blackhawks, go Sharks. Thanks, Lovina, for coming on. Thanks for making
Lovina.
It's 17-10. Nice. Go Hawks. Who am I missing?
Go Andre Drummond.
Go Andre Drummond. Go Giannis. Go Derrick Rose. We love Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose.
So happy I stopped waving like minutes ago.
My hand hurts.
See you later.
Be better tomorrow.